Hey y'all, welcome back to Spirited Outdoors. Firing up the grill this afternoon, we're gonna grill some pork chops. But while I'm sitting here, I've got to do some repairs on some moccasins. I found these moccasins, y'all, at one of our local thrift stores. Look at these things, y'all. I mean, these are real handmade looking moccasins. They may not be totally handmade. There's probably some machine stitching to this, but these are not like you throw together old cheap. And I don't know what name they are. There's not like it's commercially made where there's a tag in it. And the reason I know is I've done had this one apart. I have relaced this in, and that's what I'm fixing to do here. And I'll show you real close right here why. There was old, apparently probably wasn't supposed to be wore outside or hadn't been wore outside for a while. Somebody's probably had them sitting in a closet somewhere. And they were actually two pair in there. They were a ladies pair in the ladies section too. But my wife couldn't wear them, and I couldn't wear them. I thought about getting them for Brody later on, but oh well, you know. So what I'm gonna do right here in this video, while we cooking and doing some other stuff, is I'm gonna start stitching this. Now this stuff right here has just got brittle till it is just coming apart. I mean, you see that? I mean, just barely pull it, it's coming apart. So they need relacing. So what I'm doing is I tried to untie this knot, but this old leather in here, it's called a thong. I have one right here. I got these at a local store in town that sell them. You can order them from Tandy. Our local place, see that knot just broke off, is called Williams Brothers. It has some, and they have them in the name of doing saddle work and western wear stuff. It's a general store there, that Williams Brothers. And I know all the local people here know, but I know y'all that's across no telling where else have no idea. So it is a really good, it's an old timey, like a general store like they had back in the old days. And we actually have our pottery there now because it is a handmade, locally made pottery, and they sell it. But they have high-end brands, name brand stuff. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna sit here and film the whole thing. Very easy to repair this kind of stuff yourself if you're a mind to. A lot of time, and I start doing this before I do the whole boot. And I have never done no whole lot of this, but you know, common sense goes a long way. So this is basically a jam knot, just to keep that from pulling through. Now this first wrap right here, is a little tough. One of them, they double went through here on one. And I don't know, I may not go through double on mine. I may do it like. But now I did take my knife and kind of cut this down to a point where I could and this big leather thong is a lot harder to get through than if you had like some, and I'm hoping that this thing is yeah, we're gonna have to go for the number of holes. We're gonna have to go through that again a second time. That is gonna be very tough. So I'm gonna turn the camera off while I fiddle with this. I have a stick stuck right here in the name of maybe poking this through this hole, maybe enlarging this. I don't know what I'm doing. One thing I wanted to mention was leave those laces loose as you're doing this right there, so that you can pull this open and easier access the holes through the inside. Oh, they ain't nothing to this. Now, once you get through, see, once you weigh on down there, then you can start pulling them tight like this. But y'all, this is gonna be a really nice pair of moccasins. Now, I don't know how well, I don't even know what this is. I don't think it's deer hide. I think this is gonna be elk or something. Oh, I've been walking out in the garden and everywhere with them, so. But I'm gonna leave that a little bit loose. You don't need 2 or 3 stitches loose. That way you can, just as long as you can get your thumb right here and grab this, and tuck that in. So I'm gonna finish lacing these up and then we'll talk about something else here in a minute. All right, I done been all the way around that thing, y'all. Get that cleaned off. This is the last hole, if I can hit it. This lining in here is tough to go through. All right, now, that is it. All we gotta do is get us another knot tied out here. And y'all, I want to tell y'all how much I paid for these, because I am a mite proud of it. I paid a grand total of $2.50 for this pair of moccasins. And I am a huge fan of moccasins. I know y'all seen the boots I wore, and then I didn't wear them very long. I got for Christmas, they're Minnetonkas. I don't know if these are Minnetonkas or not. There is no name nowhere on them, but I was going by the way this heel back here is puckered, what do you call it? Folded up. That is the way that a lot of the patterns for real moccasins are. None of the stuff you buy commercially is hardly done that way. And Minnetonka, stitches there is different, is why I don't think this is Minnetonka. But anyway, we got a good pair of moccasins. Get Jonah put up. Now I had that piece of stick that I was using. I'm drinking goldenrod and rabbit tobacco tea today. But I got a couple of books too while I was there, and I've got to do some research in them, so I want to get them and show y'all some books I found. I just realized something. I don't know why I was talking to y'all and wouldn't pay no attention to this tag right here thing. I have got to cut that off. I don't like it sticking out. There we go. Oh, and get my shoe back on. And I wear them with socks, y'all. A lot of people don't, but if you don't, man, they'll get you stinking. I mean, ooh-wee. But anyway, this is what I am currently just reading. Very interesting books. A lot of the tales, This Buried My Heart at Wounded Knee by D. Brown. A lot of the tales of the massacres of the Native Americans and how they were pushed to reservations. A lot of the accurate, true stories in there from what I understand. But anyway, just a good read. And then I found a garden book, plant encyclopedia. When I find these good books like this, especially these old ones, I pick them up. So I grabbed this one here. It's a softback, but it's not like paper. It's, well, you know. This is The Joy of Gardening by Dick Raymond. Y'all, this is nothing but vegetable gardening. This is the best gardening book on how to do things that I have found. And our thrift store's got a lot about building compost, using manures. This is in the spirit of tilling garden. All your modern organic gardening is gonna be like no till. Well, this is talking about till and why you till, and this guy has done it all. He tells you what pesticides to use, how to use them, the best productive way to use them, and not overusing them, not putting it to where it's harmed. A lot of people go out there and just spray a whole bunch of stuff, and you get too much. I don't really like to put anything after I'm developing fruit on my vegetables. And this guy, he's done something that I really hadn't thought about, that he was promoting, I would say, is wide row gardening. In other words, where I take and make a fur and a heel and put my fertilizer under there, and I put one row of something on there. Well, he puts like 3 rows up on top of that heel and does wider rows, which the only way he is working is by tilling it with a tiller, as like my Troy Belt horse tiller. Let me see if I can find the tiller. And it's all color. Every bit of it is color. It's got all about tomatoes in it. Like there's a whole section on potatoes, tomatoes. Like right here, there's a whole section right here on tomatoes. And after finding this, if I was in, I mean, it has steak and tomatoes, the advantages, disadvantages of ways to do it, cages. Talks about the suckers, picking the suckers off right there or leaving them. And then it has the insects, predators. Like right here, you got all you chipmunks, squirrels, garden pests. So if you're looking for a good vegetable garden, this is nothing but growing vegetable garden, which I think is very important for people to learn and know how to do, especially with the economy and things, the way we're looking at it. The Joy of Gardening by Dick Raymond. If you find this on eBay, I have not looked to see if it's on there. I just happened upon it at the thrift store, and then I haven't even opened the cover of this book yet and got to look at it, so I'm gonna look at it. It looks like a decent book. I thumbed through it at the thrift store. There was several books. Some of them I wouldn't in, like perennials and different stuff. I already got a lot of information on that. This is strictly container gardening, so I'll check it out too. But I was really excited about that, The Joy of Gardening. That is going to be a really good gardening information book. So I'm going to sit out here and go through some of that while I am got the grill going, getting it ready. What I'm doing, I put oak wood in that grill, letting it burn down the coals, and then we're going to grill some of them big old thick pork chops. What it is, a pork loin we bought on sale, and we're going to cut it into pork chops and grill it. I cut these up already. It was a whole loin. I trimmed all the fat off. I forgot I was filming. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be turning the camera on. I was just over here doing what I do. And I don't know what she brought me for seasoning. Something, I think she mixed something up this time. We usually use picking and grilling. And I think that may be what that is. Kind of tastes like that banjo does to me. But I think she may have added something to it, possibly. We use a lot of that picking and grilling stuff. And friends of ours make that, or have it made anyway. They designed it. All right, let's check on the grill. Oh yeah. What I done, I threw the whole chunk of wood off down in there earlier. I'm gonna put these back here. That'll go back out hopefully whenever I may put me some Mosby sausage on here while I'm at it. Y'all, this right here is the best link sausage there is, bar none, anywhere in the United States. I don't care. I've heard a lot of people talk about old Kaneka or however you say. is a better. It ain't even close to how good this is. I mean, not even close. Oh, I have ate a few brands that are decent. I would not say Kaneka is one of them. This is on a whole different level, y'all. If I'm grilling, I like to have me a couple of pieces of this, because what I'll do is I'll grill them tonight, and then I'll eat them on something tomorrow. I'll put them in the microwave or in the refrigerator and keep them already cooked. And I know I'm getting some of this seasoning on there. I don't care. It don't need it at all. But being this there, I'm gonna put a little on it just because I like it too. This, you can cook it, no, you just lay it on there. I'm telling you, smoked sausage, Mosby's, you ain't seen that, you need to be eating that. I done took it over there and hooked my friend Don Lanier on it, and they just started making it again. Okay. I can't see much. I don't like my pork chops burnt, which I don't like nothing overcooked too bad. And I know this grill is bad hot. So we turned it. These has been cooking about, I don't know, 15 minutes. I about forgot about them. I was on the Facebook reading one of them medicinal plant page posts. I was reading them argue about whether it was wild garlic or wild onions. It's always the people that's wrong that's so adamant. This one fella, his field garlic, the picture was, they had a bathtub full of them. And one fella on there, he just adamantly arguing with everybody that that's onions. Onions grow in more of a cluster. The field garlic will be like a stalk. I've showed them in videos, but I ain't even comment on it. It ain't where you can't, when somebody's wrong and they will refuse to try to be educated and learn, they just there for the argument, so. I get tickled at them arguing about that stuff. One of our local, the Mississippi page that I'm in, I try to comment and help, but there was one guy on there arguing with me about it. I just give up, walked off. I left a couple of links to some websites where he could research it, and he still kept on about it. You can't help some people. Field garlic gets tall, like a foot and a half tall, and it'll be a couple of like 3 leaves basically come up, and it'll be hollow tubes. And what throws everybody a loop is garlic that you grow has a flat, wide leaf. Well, and then onions you grow are hollow tubes. But in the wild world, wild garlic and wild onions, the onion has a flat, solid leaf, and the wild garlic field garlic has a hollow tubular leaf. And it throws some people like for a major loop. They can't get it through their head, and they'll get on them pages and they're just arguing. They have really no honest opinion of what they. If you're gonna study that stuff, it's good to watch my videos and learn about plants, because we fixing to do a good bit more of medicinal plants. But you need to back up stuff with a book. You need to do some research. If you're going to really get out and use stuff, and especially if you're going to try to tell somebody and correct somebody about what something is, you need to know for a fact. Don't just, well, I heard so-and-so said that, so I'm going to tell them they wrong. Well, then that guy, that's what he's doing, and he's making an idiot out of himself, and he thinks he's right, but he ain't. Anyway, my help finally showed up. He's been in there taking a nap. Brody, you been napping? Laying him on my cutting board back there. I ain't gonna let them cook much longer. We already snacked them. I let one of them pieces of sausage get over that fire and it cooked it a little too much. Bird trying to eat food. It's fine though, even overcooked, it's good. Is that good?
I think that way on in there.
You don't want it? I'll throw it down.
I don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah. Come here. Come here, stand up. Yeah.
I want to
Stand
give
up.
Wasco it. Can I give Wasco? Oh.
Yeah, give him that piece. You want to bite of this one? Him.
Yeah.
You eat it. We good?
Yeah.
I got me a glass bowl. You know, let's get these things off that thing done flamed up. We don't want them burnt. Don't want them burnt. They may be overcooked anyway. When you get a flame in here, it's hard to cook properly. But that's what we're working with right there. Ain't nothing on there now. It can burn all it wants to, but usually what I do right now is I close this air off really, that seal really tight. And then up here, here's basically the bottom of a spray can, and it fits right in that pipe. When it dimples down, it'll seal that off. It'll shut the air completely off. That'll go out. And last time I cut the charcoal off, we'd grill steaks or something on it, and I still had charcoal. I relit the charcoal, reuse it next time. So save my wood.
It's very outdoors. We're gonna eat.
Okay, say the blessing.
Thank you for the woods and creek. Thank you for the fish that swim. Thank you for the birds that hang down. Hang up. Thank you for the fish that swim. Thank you for all of it. Thank you for all of them. Ow. Thank you for the what? The what?
Daily bread.
No. The food we eat. Thank you for everything. Thank you for daily bread. Amen.
Thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. We fixing to eat. We'll see you next time. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all.